What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we're going over Solana just quickly as its price has now done something that we actually weren't expecting it to do, but as always, we were prepared for. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into today's video. Now, looking at Solana here, in the last video, we were sitting right around this little bitty area, and we were talking about the fact that it seemed relatively likely that Solana was going to continue its pull to the downside throughout this channel. It was giving us a lot of indication that it wasn't ready to get this breakout of this descending channel just yet, but like Solana does sometimes, it absolutely beat the odds and used this key level of liquidity as a strong level of support and bounced to the upside of this descending channel. What I told you all in that video was that if this did happen, be on the lookout for it to clear this key level right around $23.50, because if it broke $23.50, it would have a breakout target roughly up towards $25 based off this nice little inverse head and shoulders breakout pattern, as you can see right up here around $24.80 to $25, and well, that is exactly where the price has gone. Now that the price has gotten this high, let's talk about what we can be expecting next and what I am looking for Solana to do now that it has gotten a pretty strong breakout from this descending channel. And also, guys, before we do continue on, make sure that you use the link down below and go check out BitGet. You can get up to $8,000 in bonuses with the campaign that we are doing right now just from depositing and trading on their platform. There's no reason to miss it, in my opinion. It is free money, so go check it out and let me know what you think. But with that in mind, let's continue on with Solana. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know what Solana needs to do now. Whenever Solana or any crypto in general breaks from a descending channel of this nature, there's always one main goal. If it completes this goal, it will usually see some sustained growth over the next few weeks, maybe even the next few months. But if it fails to complete this goal, things could get rather ugly rather fast. Now, this goal is for Solana to break the most recent high that was established in the descending channel before the breakout happened. So what you can see here is that from a macro perspective, if we do just kind of look at this thing from a zoomed out version, let's go to the one-day charts. This high that we put in right up here, boom, this touch that we put in right around $25.29 is the key area that Solana needs to break above in order to really get some sustained growth to the upside here. It needs to clear this area because if it does not, it will then say that Solana is not ready to start reclaiming some of these levels of liquidity. These levels of liquidity will then be flipped as key points of resistance, and then Solana could be looking for a continuation to the downside to continue retesting towards the downside. Now, this makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense as to why we are getting resistance where we are right now in this Fibonacci zone, because this Fibonacci zone currently between 24.95 and 24.37 is the door to getting back up to 25.72 to start retesting this key level of resistance, right? That's why this little wall right here is starting to reject the price to the downside and giving us overbought readings, red reversal triangles, things of that nature. So with that in mind, to simplify a little bit, our goal still remains the same, and I'm not going to do too much buying at this given point until it's capable, of clearing $25.72. The first step to getting there obviously is breaking back above $25, clearing the 0.786 Fibonacci zone, and under that case, I am under the belief that it will get back up at least to 25.72, but again, it just needs to break above it, hold some support above it, and at that point, that's when I believe Solana can get some sustained growth back up to 26.74 or back up to $28.08 to the downside. Now, do I know or think that's going to happen? Honestly, I'm not 1,000,000% sure. What I do know is that it seems likely right now that Solana does come back to retest $23.50 just based off of the structure that we had here, based off of the structure that we had in the formation of this top right at the 786 zone. All of these things tell me that it wouldn't be surprising at all for Solana to come back to retest $23.50, but obviously there is no way of really knowing what's going to happen at this point. It's just all about preparation and making sure that we know what to do when Solana does give us some clarity to the upside or some clarity to the downside. So let me lay out the two situations that you need to watch out very closely for and exactly how I'm going to go about them in order to be the most prepared. The first one is for the price to actually make a move to the upside. If Solana is capable of making a move to the upside, breaking $25 and breaking $25.72, although I do believe that a bigger pullback pullback at that point would be on the way, I do believe that Solana would find this higher low here, build a key level of support, and look for some continuation. So under the circumstance that it does break 25.72, I may start to dollar cost average in even more, start picking up more Solana under the expectation that it will continue this move to the upside, even if the bigger pullback does happen, right? Because Solana never really sustains a move like this, right? If it does a 5 wave, which basically looks like this, 1, of course, maybe kind of a 2 there, 3, something like a 4, and then this little 5 wave to the upside, not Elliott's wave theory, but just a 5 wave in general, I would expect that this bigger pullback would happen, but then we would look for that continuation, right? And so with that in mind, again, if this does happen and we're capable of first breaking 25, then breaking 25.72, I would be looking to start slowly accumulating, expecting that Solana's price will look for a continuation to the top side. Now, if Solana fails, okay, if Solana fails to break this level, if it fails to clear this range here, what I would then say is we need to watch 23.50 very closely. As you can see, that was the key level of resistance that was holding the price back, and once we broke that key level, we did get a nice little move to the upside here. So with that in mind, considering this was resistance, I want to see if it flips this level as support. If it fails to hold this level as support, then we're very likely on the way on track back down to $22.33 to look to establish the double bottom, which would be our last hope of support before a further continuation to the downside. If we lose 23.50, guys, 22.33 better hold, because if it doesn't hold, you guys know what I've been kind of cautious about for the last few weeks. We still could be on track to come back to this ascending trend line that we had been talking about for the last few weeks here. Obviously, you guys know we put in support level number 1, support level number 2. Who's to say that if this support fails to hold at 23.50, that we're not on our way to put in support level number 3? Oftentimes people, when we're this far away from trend lines, people don't think we'll revisit them. But when you look at something like Ethereum, hey, Ethereum's done something very similar. Ethereum itself has had multiple instances just over the last few months in which has gotten far away from this trend line, but it's come back to it, and far away from the trend line, and it's come back to it. So Solana is not exempt from something like this, and it's not exempt from revisiting back to the downside here. And so that's why we need to be incredibly cautious that if $23.50 is lost, that, well, Solana's price could get a continued move that could, be, let's call it, let's say roughly, 20% to the downside, especially if the market itself does continue to turn red. And so with that in mind, I'm just watching really closely. These little micro moves have a significant impact on the future of Solana, at least for the next few weeks. And so we have to be wary of it. We have to be cautious about it. So just to break it down, just to summarize one more time, if we break $25 to $25.72, this little range, I am expecting Solana to make a long-term continuation back towards the upside. If we fail to do so and we do come back down to lose 23.50, watch 22.33 very, very closely. If this level is lost, Solana is likely on track to continue a macro move to the downside, which could be 20 to 30% in losses from that point forward. Yes, I am saying Solana can go up or it can go down because that's exactly what it can do. My goal on this channel is to not just be right about what direction Solana is going in, but to prepare you for any outcome, anything that Solana can do, so you can take advantage of this market to the best of your abilities and, well, hopefully find some pretty sweet profits along the way. If you do want to continue those profits, use the link down below, go start trading on BitGet and get a fantastic deposit bonus, as I mentioned earlier, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Of course, I hope you guys did enjoy this one, and well, I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.